Today is another good day to stay weather aware as we have strong to severe thunderstorms possible later today. And then after that, it's windy and cooler, and winter temperatures will prevail, at least for a while. You can see on the radar behind me, we do have a few showers moving through this morning, and we've had a few heavier storms. Had one over in the Crescent area that brought some thunder to that area, and maybe one over here moving towards the Grandview area as well that could bring a few claps of thunder. Nothing severe this morning. That will be reserved for later in the afternoon. We'll talk about that shortly. Daytime highs, it is warm, and that's part of what will fuel those storms. 76 degrees over in Cleveland area. It seems like the further west and north you get, the warmer it is, and that will be closer to the dry line and the cold front. That compressional heating will allow them to warm up. 75 in Waxahachie and Hillsborough, 74 in Corsicana. Where it's more humid, it doesn't heat up as quickly and as efficiently. Thicker air and that moisture in the air tends to just make it slower to warm up or cool down. So cooler temperatures there, although, like I say, it will be humid, so it will feel warmer in those southeastern counties. Overnight lows tonight, behind the cold front, it gets cool. We're talking 38, 39 degrees, and it will be even cooler than that the next few nights. Could get close to freezing over the next couple of nights here. So definitely a different atmosphere behind the front, as we will see. Today we have this disturbance, so I just wanted to show you that on the upper level water vapor here. So this disturbance is moving in, and off to the west, you can see the entrance of something new. That's the new system that we'll be moving through. As we see this cold front and this low pressure system pushing in, here's that disturbance that's moving through now. But you can see things coming together across our area, and we'll talk a little bit more detail on that. We do have cooler and windier weather off to the west. Now, when this front moves through tonight, we will have a wind advisory going into effect at 5 p.m. today. Those are for today's winds. It will be gusty through the latter part of the day, but especially overnight and tomorrow as that north wind comes in behind that front. But ahead of that, we have warm, unstable air and this dry line, which will be the impetus for the storms that we will see. So we're looking at early to mid-afternoon starting to see those develop, mostly east of I-45. And then, yes, we will tonight see a much more widespread severe weather situation moving in. So that's why we have this enhanced risk for severe weather that is covering most of the area. Some of the area in that slight risk, but that does not mean that we are looking at, not having to pay attention in the yellow areas. Pretty much all of us should assume that we are in that enhanced risk. It's just the farther north you go, the closer you are to where the cold front and the dry line come together. Kind of that point of intersection where most of the severe weather is expected. Again, does not mean it won't happen south of that. Just means it's a better likelihood up north. So let's talk about a little bit of timing. I'm starting this at 3 p.m. today. Before that, I think we may still see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. I do think after we get rid of this morning's rain, we will have a break until at least, again, 2 to 3 o'clock. Start to see scattered showers and thunderstorms, as I mentioned, really along and east of 45, maybe 35 here. I think for the most part in our particular area, for the 45 corridor, I think most of it will be east of there. Some of these could be strong to severe. Now, when we get to 5 o'clock, that starts to pull away, but you notice off to the north, and this is not saying this is going to be a storm exactly over the McKinney area, but this is just kind of a guess that up to our north is where things will start to develop. Now, I want to point something out here. This has been interesting coming from the HR model. Again, this is a model, kind of an estimation on what could happen. A couple of things are going on. It does show the possibility of still a couple of strong to severe thunderstorms popping up in our area later today. Let me emphasize again, I want to make sure you understand this. This is not saying that these two storms will be in this exact location and that there will be just two storms. This is an estimation saying that there could still be more strong to severe thunderstorms developing ahead of the main line. But off to the north, as I mentioned, you do see kind of a linear complex beginning to come together, and by 9 o'clock, looks like that line, what could be a broken line, but a line nonetheless, moving through our area. So the timing has been a little bit in question, and it still is a little bit this morning. So really, I would say between 8 and 10 o'clock is when I expect this line to at least be moving in. This is estimating it's bisecting our area by 9 o'clock. It could be a little further north by that time, could be a little further south. Time will tell, right? It's hard to really know. But just understand that by about 6 to 7 o'clock, be ready for this line to at least be forming to our northwest, if not trying to move through at that point. Could be a little bit ahead of schedule. By 11 o'clock tonight, look like most of this has moved out of our area. It's going to be an early night. That's been the nice thing about some of these latest storm systems, is that it hasn't been too late in the evening for watching the weather. So that is the good news we have there. We are under an enhanced risk, and I'm pretty much making that the standard across the area because it does cover most of the South Metro area. Damaging winds, I think, will be, along with hail, the higher risks. Hail will be a higher risk with those earlier storms, those supercell thunderstorms that are individual, that really are able to grow and get higher and higher up in the atmosphere. That will be the bigger hail risk. Then later tonight, the damaging wind risk is higher for the line of storms. With both of those rounds, we could see a few tornadoes. Now, not a high tornado risk today. It's still low, but not low enough to say, it's not there. We don't have to worry about it. It is still there, and we could still see a few tornadoes. I think the tornado risk is higher earlier in the day with those individual storms. So overall, the forecast today, it is windy, 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms. I think we can probably say that's overall a 100% chance later tonight when that line comes through. 75 degrees today. Overnight tonight, we do get cooler, right around the mid to upper 30s. 52 tomorrow, much cooler. We do have that wind advisory that goes from 5 p.m. today to 10 a.m. tomorrow. So just keep in mind that overnight tonight, it will be windy, and really most of tomorrow will be gusty as well. 52 degrees for the high tomorrow, much cooler. 35 overnight. Could see some low 30s across the area. Saturday, we're a little bit warmer, a little less windy, but then Saturday night, yes, we are right around 33 degrees. So again, a light freeze possible. Gardeners, keep that in mind. It's not enough to mess with your pipes, but it is enough to mess with those more vulnerable plants. Sunday, it's cool, 50 degrees, northeast breeze there, 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then the overnight low, we do get right back down to the mid-30s, so not as cool, but again, low-lying areas, outlying areas could still see some close to freezing temperatures. Monday, a chance of rain comes in with highs in the low 50s. Tuesday, we start warming up a little bit. Southeast winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour, will help us creep closer to 60 degrees. Wednesday, 71, with another chance of rain. And again, light south winds there. So stay tuned today for updates on today's storms. Severe weather is possible. Again, looking at timing, looks like this morning we have a few showers and thunderstorms. We should be quiet until maybe around 1 to 3 o'clock, start to see those storms developing. Between 3 and really 10 o'clock is our best chance for severe weather. One round will be individual storms. Then later tonight, a solid line of storms moving through. The good news is, again, we are done by 10, 11 o'clock. Stay tuned for updates throughout the day.